We continue on here on Kansas Sports Chatter as we bring in our next guest, and that's going to be Ryan Wydick, the head baseball coach at Southeast High School. Hey, Coach, appreciate you coming on the show. For you, like hot start to the season. What have you liked so far about the year?
Uh, Really everything. Team's been great. They've been competing really well. There's been a couple games where we've been down pretty early on, and we continue to battle back. One game we were down by 8 runs and came back and won that game. It was just kind of a couple circumstances that didn't go in our way early on, but the team's just continuing to compete and fight every inning. They know one inning doesn't define them. So it's been really good to see. It's been encouraging all season so far.
Did you kind of have a feel that this team had that mentality coming into the season, like, never giving up and continue to fight, or did you kind of find that out this year?
No, absolutely. I mean, I've been around these guys for a while now. Coach them in the summer. I get to help umpire little league games, so I've kind of seen what the talent is, what the mindset is. Nothing that this team has been showing has surprised me whatsoever. I know that they're capable of going at the challenge that's in front of them and competing. So,
What were the expectations and the outlook of the season before it started for you?
right where we're at, really. I know we had one tough loss against Liberal, Missouri. That was kind of rough one for us. We tied it back up in the top of the seventh and went into extra innings and just kind of ran out of pitching at that point. But Columbus, we played well. We competed against them. I know we didn't come out with a win against them, but all of the other teams that we faced, I mean, we felt confident that we can go in there and get the job done and get those W's.
You mentioned maybe running out of pitching in that game against Liberal. Like, I mean, what's the depth like for you? Like, how much of a challenge is that just as far as building up that depth at that pitcher position?
So we work on it a lot. We try to get as much JV games as we can in practice. We're making sure guys are getting quality reps, bullpen time. I've got probably 8 guys that we can put on the mound to throw varsity innings, and any one of those 8 guys, our team feels confident that they're going to go out there and give us the win. They're going to go compete and help us to win games. So,
Do you feel like most of those guys that come through your system, like, have they pitched already in the past, or have you kind of developed them as they enter high school?
so our little league does a phenomenal job of really preparing them. Some of them do play travel ball. But the pitchers that we've had, I mean, they've been growing and developing throughout the years. In the past, I had 2 really good studs. I had Easton Wren and Wyatt Scales. They both played travel ball and they both pitched. Easton's actually at Pitt State now as a junior pitching for them. Wyatt, he ended up doing rodeo when he got to college, but both of those guys are my aces. And now my 1 and 2s, they've been playing travel ball and pitching for a long time. It's just something that they've been doing. They were my 1 and 2s last year as freshmen. So,
Okay, so getting your 1 and 2 as a freshman, what's it like? Just that maturation, I guess, as a youngster in your system.
it's different, but they've played so much that they're used to the pressure that's put on them. And they go out there every day. I've always got the confidence that when they step foot on the mound, like, we're coming out with 2 wins. They're growing in their leadership now this year as sophomores. Carter's been producing a little bit more at the plate, which has been a huge benefit to us. But yeah, those 2 guys have been studs for a while now.
Who else has stepped up so far? I know it's always a tough question because you don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, who have made some waves so far?
So leadership wise, I've got my catcher, Tyler Warner. He's probably the smartest one on the field, and that's why he's back there catching. He holds down the fort. He's not a lot of pass balls, not a lot of balls that he hasn't blocked that's been in the dirt. My shortstop, Solomon Scott, he's one of our better bats right now. It's been very impressive to watch him play. And he was out his freshman year. He tore his ACL in his first JV game of football freshman year, and so we didn't have him. And so he came back to us last year, and he's been a great pitcher for us on the mound as well. Someone that's really stepped up that I've been surprised about this year, a kid named Braden Brewer. He's been playing second base for us, and he's not the most athletic looking kid, but he puts the ball in play. He is a single stud. He will make those pitchers work. He puts the ball in play, and he hustles, and he's one of the smartest guys on the team as well. Like, IQ wise for baseball, he just knows what to do and what those situations are.
Ryan Wydick, the head coach of the Southeast baseball team, joining us on the show. You've been around Southeast baseball for a while. What's it been like just kind of continuing to build up that program for you?
It took me a while to understand how to develop the culture and the buy-in for these guys. But this is my 6th year as the head coach. It was 2 years previous as an assistant. In my first year as an assistant, we went to state, so I got to see what that kind of culture was and what it took to be at this competitive level. Um, so I've seen what it takes, and I know what these guys need to do to be able to win regionals, go to state, and the type of environment they had to play in, both games and practice. But the guys are bought in now. They understand what the expectations are, and it's high. They know my expectations are high, but their expectations themselves are high, and for the team are high as well.
You mentioned being able to see firsthand of what it takes to get to that state level as an assistant. Like anything specific that stands out to you? Okay, hey, we have to have this if we want to be here. Like anything that stands out?
Defense. I mean, in this day and age, like if your defense is struggling, I think that you're not going to go very far because our pitchers, they're going to do their jobs. They're going to throw strikes. The hitters, they're going to do their jobs. They're going to hit the ball. They're going to put it in play. So our defense needs to be on point. They got to know what to do with the ball when it comes their way. They need to know what the situations are and how to handle those situations, like pickoffs, rundowns, all those different things.
I like that you mentioned, like the situations. Like I think a lot of people think, okay, hey, baseball, you hit it, you field it, you throw it, whatever. But like those situations, like once it is in play, like how much you guys run through that in practice?
A lot. So the previous coach, when I got here to the program, he had a list of things like we have to cover these things in order to have a successful program this year. And so I kind of wrote that down just for the future because I knew I wanted to coach baseball as the head coach. And we got our list and we know, hey, we got to get through these things and we have to be able to do them excellent if we're going to have a successful program. And usually we get most of those things within the first game. If not, then we go over in the practice after those games. But, we make sure that we understand, hey, these are our bunt coverages. We got to know where we're going on these, our rundowns, pitch counts, what to do in certain pitch counts, all those things. So it's stuff that we covered that we know we need to do to be successful.
All right. So you're writing this down. Like, do you have like a long list somewhere, like a journal that you keep all these notes in?
I've got notebooks. I've got binders of all this stuff. I try to be organized. I find if I'm not organized, I'm not going to be very successful. So I'm just kind of that OCD person. Like it's here, and then I can make copies and give to the players. And it's like, this is what you guys need to know IQ wise.
I've heard like coaches, like some coaches will have, like what they did. I don't know if say it's a journal, but like they'll write down notes of what they did specifically in like each year. Like, do you go back and like reference something you did like 6 years ago or 4 years ago?
Yes. Yeah. I got a little blue notebook and it's my baseball notebook. And my wife, she thinks it's funny that I've got all that stuff in there. And, it's something that keeps me organized. I know like, hey, this worked really well for us. Let's replicate this, and I take note of what some other coaches do, some of the things that they say, how they approach situations. Cause like that's good. I'm going to take that for myself and incorporate in our team. Mike Watt, who coaches Colgan baseball, he's phenomenal coach, phenomenal program. Both my brother-in-laws went to school there and played baseball for him. So I kind of picked their brains, like, what do you guys do with these things? And some of those things I took because like, why not? He's got a phenomenal program. Why not try to replicate that with us and help us to be successful as well?
All right. This blue notebook, do you have multiple copies in case anything happens?
Yeah. I got one extra copy. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Yep.
You mentioned umpiring little league games. Like how much do you enjoy that and what kind of got you into, doing the umpire side of things?
So they just needed somebody to help out. And so it's like, hey, why don't we ask the head baseball coach? But I communicate really well with the community and parents. Some of the people that run the little league, their sons are on the team right now. And I enjoy being out there. One, I get to see the talent that's going to come up and play baseball for me. And like, I know where they're starting from and what they need to work on to get better. But I also just enjoy baseball. I love being around it. I love going out to the field and working on it. It's a little bit more difficult now with a 3-year-old and 8-month-old. So my wife wants me to be home more, which is understandable. But I love being around the field, around the sport.
So from your perspective, whether it's just in Southeast or, being an umpire at Little League and now coaching at high school, like, I mean, what are the numbers like? Are numbers going in the right direction for kids that are interested in baseball?
Yeah, so this is my largest team this year. I've got 20 kids on the team. Last
Nice.
year we kind of finished with 18, and before that, I've never coached a team, whether I was the head coach or assistant coach, that we've had basically that many guys. It's been encouraging because our first day of practice, when I finally got them all from basketball, we scrimmaged. I just wanted to go out and have fun and get back into things, and they absolutely loved it. And because we can do those types of things, we can run through more scenarios. We can see like what the game environment is like, and they compete against each other. Not to the point where they're getting down on each other, but encouraging each other when mistakes are made or trying to help them. Hey, you should do this next time instead of doing that.
Hey, Coach, appreciate the insight. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
That is Ryan Wydick, the head coach of the Southeast baseball team. We'll have more of the show right after this.